Business analytics, data analysis, and decision making. This is a review of everything that we covered in the class this last few weeks. We started with an introduction to data analysis and business decisions. Living on the edge of technology has implications everyone entering the business world. Technology makes it possible to collect huge amounts of data. Technology has given more people the power and responsibility to analyze data and make decisions. A large amount of data already exists and will only increase in the future. One of the hottest topics in today's business world is business analytics, and so also called data analytics. These terms encompass all of the types of analysis discussed in this book. Business analytics typically implies the analysis of very large data sets. For this reason, the term big data has also become popular. By using quantitative methods to uncover the information in these data sets and then acting on this information, again, guided by quantitative analysis, companies are able to gain a competitive advantage. The goal of this book is to teach you how to use a variety of quantitative methods to analyze data and make decisions in a very hands-on way. We look at describing the distributions of a variable. Our goal is to present data in a form that makes sense to people. Tools that are used to do this include graphs, bar charts, pie charts, histograms, scatter charts, and time series graphs. Numerical summary measures, counts, percentages, average, and measures availabilities. Tables of summary measures, total averages, and count group categories. There are 4 steps in data analysis. Recognize a problem that needs to be solved. Gather data to help understand and solve the problem. Analyze the data using the tools you will learn. The analysis can sometimes repeat steps. Act on the analysis by changing policies, undertaking initiative, publishing reports, and so on. Finding a relationship among variables. The primary interest in data analysis is usually a relationship between variables. The most useful numeric summary measure is correlation. The most useful graph is a scatter plot. To break down numerical variables by a categorical variable is useful to create side-by-side box plots. In Excel, a pivot table breaks down one variable by another, so all sorts of relationships can be uncovered very quickly. The diagram in the data analysis taxonomy Excel file gives you the big picture. Analysis tools. Business intelligence, BI tools for data analysis. Data analysis has become more important in the business world. Microsoft and other software companies have created better tools for analyzing data, also known as creating business intelligence. Microsoft add-ins for this: Power Query, Power Pivot Table, Power View, Power Map. These are all known as self-service add-ins, meaning people who need to analyze data for their jobs no longer need to rely on the IT department to get the results right away. Other BI tools: analysis tools in Microsoft SQL Server-based software called SQL Service Analysis. Microsoft standalone package is Power BI. There is an emphasis on data visualization where data are shown graphically in a new imaginative ways. Software packages Tableau is a non-Microsoft. Tableau public is powerful, easy to use, and free. Probability and probability distribution. A key aspect of solving real business problems is dealing appropriately with uncertainty. This involves recognizing explicitly the uncertainty exists and using quantitative methods to model uncertainty. In many situations, the uncertainty quality is a numeric value. In the language of probability, it is called a random variable. The probability distribution lists all of this possibility values of the random variable and their corresponding probabilities. And as you can see, all the different areas that we need to look at when we're looking at distribution. Uncertainty and risk are sometimes used interchangeably, but they are not. You typically have no control over uncertainty. It is something that simply exists. In contrast, risk depends on your position. Even if something is uncertain, there's no risk if it makes no difference to you. Sampling and sampling distributions. In a typical statistical inference problem, you want to discover one or more characteristics of a given population. Generally difficult or even impossible to contact each member of the population. Solution: identify a sample of the population and then obtain the information from members of the sample. Chapter objectives discuss the sampling schemes generally used in real sampling applications. See how the information from the sampling population can be used to infer population, entire population. Regression analysis, estimating relationships. Regression analysis is the study of relationship between variables. There are two potential objectives of the regression analysis: to understand and how the world operates and predicts. Two basic types of data are analyzed. Cross-sectional data are usually data gathered from approximately the same period of time from the population. Time series involves one or more variables that are observed at several usual equally spaced points in time. Time series variables are usually related to their own past values and properties called autocorrection. Regression analysis, estimating relationships. In every regression study, there is a single variable that we are trying to explain or predict called a dependent variable. It is also called the response variable or target variable. To help explain or predict the dependent variable, we use one or more explanatory variables. They are also called independent and predictor variables. If there is a single explanatory variable, the analysis is called simple regression. If there are several exploratory variables, it is called multiple regression. Regression can be linear, straight line relationships, or nonlinear. Many linear relationships. Introduction to optimized modeling. Spreadsheet optimization is one of the most powerful and flexible methods. One of the specific is linear programming. Is used in all types of organization to solve a variety of problems. Optimization models. A wide variety of problems can be formulated linear program, but there are some that cannot. Some models require integer variables, or they are nonlinear in the decision variable. Once the models are formulated, a solver can use them to solve. However, integer and nonlinear models are inherently more difficult to solve. The solver must use more complex algorithms and is not always guaranteed to find optimum solutions. Data mining. Data mining attempts to discover patterns, trends, and relationships among data, especially non-obvious and unexpected patterns. The place to start with Data Warehouse, a huge database designed specifically to study patterns in data. It's not the same as a database company used for their day-to-day operations. Combining data from multiple sources to discover relationships, contain accurate, consistent data, be structured and able to quickly accurate responses to queries, allow follow-up responses to specific relevant questions. A data mart is a scaled down or part of the data warehouse structure, specifically for one part of the organization. Once the data warehouse is in place, an analyst can begin to mine the data and collect methodologies. Classifications analysis attempt to find variables that are related to the categorically, often binary variables. Prediction tries to find variables that help explain a continuous variable rather than categorical. Cluster analysis tries to group observations into clusters so the observations within the cluster are alike and the observations in different clusters are not. Market basket analysis tries to find products that customers purchase together in the same marketplace. Forecasting used to predict the value of the same time series by variables. Numerous software packages are available. Statistical process control. One of the areas where statistics has the largest impact in the business world is in the area of quality. The quality movement compromises much more than just statistical quantitative methods. However, a large part of success of the quality movement is due to the increase in quantitative methods. One set of quantitative methods is statistical process control, or SPC. The most important goal can be summarized as get it right the first time. Is much better to catch mistakes earlier when they are less costly to fix than wait for the final inspection. Reduce variation. Variability is the main culprit that hurts quality. Companies need to be able to measure it and give workers a way to eliminate it. That is a review. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you.